Hey, this is the Review Junkie, and today I'll be reviewing the new action film Beekeeper. As always, my review will be illustrated and the artwork is done by myself. And if you like movies, art, and comic books, please hit that subscribe button because all my reviews are hand-drawn, and I like to get to 1,000 subscribers soon so my channel can be official. This movie stars Jason Statham, Emmy Raver Lampman, Jeremy Irons, Josh Hutcherson, Felicia Rashad, and Minnie Driver. It is directed by David Ayer, whom most people probably remember for directing the first Suicide Squad. This is a non-spoiler review, so everything I discuss will have been shown in the trailer. Absolutely no spoilers. I'll tell you briefly about the plot, the characters, my pros and cons, final thoughts, and if this is worth checking out at your local movie theater. Man, after the two letdowns with Founders Day and Night Swim, both of which weren't great by the way, and feel free to check out those reviews on my channel as well, I really needed a win, and boy did this deliver. Whew. You know, January is just a tough month for cinema, but this is a good old-fashioned revenge film with a 90s flair to it. The plot involves Jason's character who plays Adam Clay, a beekeeper. He's very low-key and staying off the radar, just leading a simple life. And you know that saying, tall, dark, and handsome? Well, they also tend to be tall, dark, handsome, and lead mysterious lives. So he rents and lives in a small garage from his neighbor, played by Felicia Rashad, whom he's become friends with, and she invites him over for dinner one night. All of this is in the trailer, but before they meet, she's paying some bills from her laptop, and then suddenly gets a pop-up message that it's infected. It needs a software update and to call this 1-800 number. And I know friends who've gotten that pop-up message before, and they've told me it happens when they access like naughty adult websites, and I don't know anything about that because I don't access those types of websites, so I haven't had those types of experiences. Because I haven't, and therefore I don't. Okay. So Felicia is of a certain age and not tech savvy and ends up getting played like Boo Boo the Fool. So this elaborate operation of scammers wiped all of her accounts clean and she takes her life. And this sets Jason on his payback tour to ensure she gets the justice that she deserves. So with a Jason film, I think you pretty much know what you're going to get and you just hope it delivers. This actually reminded me a little bit of John Wick and The Equalizer, and if the two got married and a baby popped out, it would be this movie. Jason's character is the person you want as a best friend because when anyone does you dirty, he'll make sure they pay dearly, and we need friends like that. Okay. So my first pro is Jason. He's excellent here. He has the DNA of an action star and his presence translates well on screen. And who doesn't like someone kicking ass in a two-piece suit and sneakers? I think he secretly accepted this role because the script was light on dialogue. There are more action scenes than actual lines. He plays a man of few words, but they're all the right ones. And I know he's typecast at this point and kind of seems like a one-trick pony, sort of like Melissa McCarthy and Kevin Hart. They continually get hired to do the same thing. No range. But if you're going to do the same thing, at least entertain. That is all anyone can ask for. He does, and the action scenes are highly stylized. Some of it is rather gruesome because the things that happen to the villains are brutal. The action keeps getting leveled up, especially during the third act. There's actually a long fight scene in the hallway towards the end of the film, which was amazing, and my hands were sweating the entire time. Alright, so my favorite part is the gas station scene when the female operative shows up. And you know it's going to be good if a woman comes in to do action and isn't properly dressed for it. She's wearing 6-inch heels, fake leather hooker boots up to her thigh, a hot pink trench coat, dressed to kill. Okay, that scene had me laughing in the best way possible, and the friend that I saw this with couldn't stop laughing either. Like the scene already ended and he's still giggling. I didn't want it to end, so please, pretty please release an unrated director's cut and have that scene be extended. Aside from this being a solid action film, I think there's an important message for raising awareness about all the digital scams that are out there. Be alert, stay vigilant, and if it somehow pertains to someone asking for your password and finding an interesting way to obtain it, just don't engage. I'm also glad that this movie embraced the use of CGI blood and bullets. That's the best approach for safety on a film set versus using blanks and having accidents happen. I also like the third act reveal because I thought it was an interesting setup in terms of whom was ultimately benefiting from the scam. So I have a few cons, and the first is the reveal with Felicia's death, and it lacked impact. I think an additional scene between them could have helped make their relationship more meaningful, but honestly, in a movie like this, it just doesn't necessarily need it because it's an action film. Another small gripe is the B references. They make a ton of them here, and I thought at first maybe it was a one time gag, but then it continually popped up, and after 1 hour in, it really was overkill. And Minnie Driver plays like a CIA or FBI agent, and I haven't seen her in a movie in years, but I was unclear what side she was on. There's also a character played by Emmy Ray Relatman, and she seemed very wishy-washy. She has a connection with Felicia's character, and her concern really seemed unclear. So this brings me to my final thoughts, and this gets a 9 out of 10 for me. This is just solid entertainment from start to finish. Jason delivers the goods once again, and if you're undecided about what movie to watch because of the limited options in January, go with Beekeeper. This is a big green light from me and definitely something to see on the big screen. So thank you again for checking out my review. If you like, please subscribe, helps the channel out a lot. Hit that thumbs up button, feel free to share this with your friends, and if you happen to have a movie you'd like me to review, please let me know. I'd be happy to watch and illustrate it for a future video. Thanks again, and I hope the pictures put a smile on your face.